Okay, let's unpack this. Have you ever really stopped to think about the invisible backbone supporting our daily lives?
Hmm.
We're talking about these critical industries, the ones operating completely behind the scenes. They make sure the products you count on, your morning juice, maybe medications, are safe, clean, ready to go.
Right, and often at a huge scale.
Mm.
For things that seem, well, almost niche,
Yeah.
but they're absolutely essential.
Totally. And what's fascinating here, I think, is we're diving into a market that's just foundational. It enables so much of what we consume, but it rarely gets the spotlight.
It's the silent workhorse, really, of modern production.
Exactly. So our mission today is to do a deep dive into the latest market forecasts for global bottle washing machines. We're using insights from that cognitive market research report, the Global Bottle Washing Machine Market Forecast 2021-2033.
Right.
And the goal isn't just, rattling off numbers. It's about really understanding what these figures tell us about global production, about changing hygiene standards, and that big push towards sustainability.
And connecting it to the bigger picture, these machines, they're way more than just cleaners, right?
Yeah.
They're critical for efficiency, for safety. Think beverages, pharmaceuticals, even cosmetics production lines.
Absolutely essential for automated bottling.
Couldn't do without them. Especially with demand just growing for, high-speed, safe, and increasingly reusable packaging.
So this isn't just about getting bottles sparkly clean.
No, not at all. It's about the integrity of countless supply chains, the ones you interact with every single day, probably without even thinking about it.
Okay, so let's zoom out. How big is this unseen market globally?
Well, the numbers are pretty impressive. Back in 2021, the global market revenue was already pegged at $1,617.21 million, so over $1.6 billion.
Wow. Okay, and where's it heading?
It's projected to grow to 2,003.44 million in 2025. That's just over $2 billion.
Okay.
And then climb to 3,074.66 million by 2033. So yeah, breaking the $3 billion mark.
Over $3 billion by 2033. That's substantial.
It is. And that growth, if you look at the compound annual growth rate, the CAGR, it's 5.5% projected from 2025 to 2033.
5.5%. That sounds quite healthy for industrial machinery.
It's very robust. It signals sustained, significant investment in, automation, hygiene. Companies worldwide aren't just maintaining, they're actively expanding, modernizing.
That really puts it in perspective. Okay, so where's this growth happening? Let's break it down by region. Where should we start? How about North America?
Sure. North America's a major market. The report shows it valued at $362.256 million back in 2021.
Okay.
Growing to $442.489 million in 2025 and projected to hit $661.901 million by 2033.
So over $660 million by 2033, and the growth rate there.
The CAGR for North America overall is 5.163%. Pretty steady.
And within North America, the U.S. is obviously big.
Oh, yeah. The U.S. is the giant, no surprise. It was $256.235 million in 2021, and it's projected to reach $448.61 million by 2033. That's a CAGR of about 4.789%.
Still strong growth.
Definitely. Canada's also significant, starting at $74.685 million and forecast to hit $149.358 million, growing faster at 5.827%.
Okay, faster than the U.S. Interesting.
But the real standout, as you mentioned earlier, is Mexico.
Right. What were those numbers?
Started smaller, $31.336 million in 2021, but projected to more than double to $63.933 million by 2033.
And the growth rate.
But that's where it gets interesting. A CGR of 6.375%, the highest in the region.
Wow, 6.375%. What do you think is driving that specifically in Mexico? Is it beverage exports, pharma, or?
It's likely a mix. Mexico's manufacturing sector has been expanding rapidly. Lots of investment in automated food and beverage lines, partly for domestic demand, but also, supporting those export markets, especially sending goods north.
Makes sense. It shows Mexico's growing role in those supply chains.
Definitely.
Okay, so that's North America. Let's hop across the Atlantic to Europe. How does the picture look there?
Europe presents its own sort of dynamic. Overall market size was $325.06 million in 2021. And it's projected to grow to $598.93 million by 2033. So nearly $600 million.
And the growth rate for Europe?
The CAGR there is 5.337%. So slightly higher than North America overall.
And within Europe, I imagine Germany is a big player.
Germany is key, yes. $75.414 million in 2021, heading towards $145.966 million. The UK also shows strong growth, started at $65.287 million, projected to hit $131.623 million,
That's UK growth. What's the CAGR?
over 6.1%.
Yeah.
6.126% to be precise. So that's quite vigorous.
Yeah, that is strong for a mature market. What about other countries? France, Italy?
France is substantial, around $47 million, growing to over $82 million. Italy, about $33 million, growing to $55 million.
Yeah.
Russia, similar numbers to Italy, actually. Spain, Sweden, Denmark, Switzerland, they all contribute steadily.
A lot of established markets there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the most interesting part, similar to Mexico and North America, is the specific growth story.
Which is?
Is the rest of yours category in the report, those smaller economies grouped together. Their combined market was only about $10.5 million in 2021, but it's projected to hit over $26 million by 2033.
And the growth rate must be?
The highest in Europe, a CGR of 7.343%.
Wow. So that suggests maybe more widespread adoption, perhaps newer facilities coming online across a broader range of European nations?
Could be. Maybe more agile adoption in some of those economies. It's hopefully a point worth noting.
Absolutely. Okay, so from Europe's dynamics, let's turn to, well, the real powerhouse in terms of sheer scale, Asia Pacific.
Yeah, Asia Pacific is huge in this market. It was already leading in 2021 with $661.441 million.
Massive, over 660 million back then.
And it's projected to essentially double, reaching $1,219.15 million by 2033, over $1.2 billion.
Incredible. And the growth rate keeping pace?
Pretty much. The CGR for Asia Pacific is 5.374%, very much in line with the global average, just on a much larger base.
And who are the leaders within APAC? China, I assume.
China is definitely leading the charge. Started at $236.897 million in 2021 and forecast to hit $451.455 million by 2033.
Almost $500 million just in China.
Yep. Japan is also very significant, $136 million, growing to $232 million.
Okay.
But you really have to keep an eye on India.
India. Why is that?
The growth trajectory there is steep. It was $92.385 million in 2021. Projected to hit $191.362 million by 2033, more than doubling.
That is serious growth. Any thoughts on what's driving that, particularly in India and China? Is it just volume or something else?
It's volume, certainly, but it's also a reflection of a massive scaling up of manufacturing capabilities, plus a growing focus on product safety, on efficiency.
Right, as consumer markets grow.
Exactly. As those huge consumer markets expand and regulatory environments mature, the demand for this kind of sophisticated hygienic processing equipment just surges. It's a shift towards more formalized, large-scale production.
Moving away from maybe smaller, less automated operations.
Precisely. South Korea, Australia, Southeast Asia as a region, Taiwan, they're all showing solid, consistent expansion too. It's broad-based growth across APAC.
That makes perfect sense. Okay, moving on. How about South America?
South America shows steady growth as well. The market there was $82.478 million in 2021.
Okay.
And it's expected to reach $145.157 million by 2033.
So growing, but maybe not at the same pace as Asia Pacific?
Not the same explosive scale, no, but still significant expansion. Brazil is the largest contributor, starting around $36 million, and projected to get to $66 million.
Okay.
Argentina and Colombia are also key markets showing decent growth. Peru, Chile contributing as well. It indicates that rising demand for automated hygiene solutions as industries modernize across the continent.
Gotcha. And the Middle East, you mentioned that earlier.
Yes, the Middle East is definitely an emerging presence, showing promising growth. It started at $95.416 million in 2021 and set to reach nearly $194 million by 2033, almost doubling.
Okay, nearly 200 million. Who's leading there?
Saudi Arabia is a frontrunner. $37.6 million, growing to over $75 million by 2033. Turkey and the UAE are also significant players. The UAE, in particular, is set to more than double its market size, reaching over $41 million. Egypt and Qatar also showing steady increases.
So that reflects maybe diversification efforts, modernizing production?
I think so. Investment in diversified economies, upgrading facilities, focusing more on those hygiene standards, especially in food, beverage, and pharma.
Okay. And that leaves one major region, Africa.
Africa is showing really significant expansion, quite robust growth, actually.
How robust? What are the numbers?
It started from $90.564 million in 2021.
Okay, about 90 million.
And it's expected to reach $255.564 million by 2033. So nearly tripling.
Wow, nearly tripling. That's a huge leap.
It really is. It underscores a major push towards industrialization and modernized hygiene standards across parts of the continent.
Which countries are driving that?
Nigeria is a top market. It was around $36 million in 2021, projected to hit nearly $100 million by 2033. And South Africa is right there too, actually slightly larger projected value, starting at $41.5 million and expected to exceed $111 million.
So Nigeria and South Africa are the big players.
They are. And the rest of Africa category also shows strong growth, more than tripling from about $12.6 million to nearly $44 million.
That level of growth across Africa, it signals more than just meeting current demand, right?
Absolutely. It's about investing in future capacity. It points to growing domestic markets, increased investment in local production capabilities, and a very positive sign.
Definitely. So after looking at all these regions, all these numbers, what's the big takeaway, the aha moment here?
Well, I think it really drives home how this underlying industry, one most consumers never even think about,
Right, totally unseen.
is not just growing, it's genuinely booming.
Hmm.
And it's fueled by these fundamental global demands: product safety, production efficiency, and increasingly sustainability.
Yeah, that consistent, significant growth across the globe is compelling. It's like a direct reflection of essential industries scaling up, modernizing.
Prioritizing product integrity, maybe thinking about circular economy models with reusable bottles. The data really maps out where that industrial investment and growth is happening worldwide.
So what does this all mean for you listening right now?
Well,
It means that these big global trends, we talk about consumption patterns, that push for sustainability, bottle reuse, recycling, the relentless march of automation, they aren't just abstract ideas.
no, they translate
Directly into massive market growth for specific vital technologies like these bottle washing machines. It's tangible.
It really is.
And it kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other unseen, foundational industries are out there experiencing similar explosive growth, quietly shaping our future world right under our noses without us even realizing it?
That's the provocative thought, isn't it? What else is humming away behind the scenes?
You grab a drink from the fridge, right? Or maybe, you're reaching for some medicine. Have you ever stopped to think about the journey that bottle took, like before it was filled? The cleaning.
Probably not. Most people don't.
Exactly. And that's why what we're diving into today is surprisingly fascinating. We're looking at bottle washing machines. Yeah, really. Our mission today, to unpack the market dynamics, the innovations happening with these machines, because they're actually critical links in, well, global industries. This deep dive is for you so you can get up to speed on this hidden but vital part of our world.
It's absolutely true. It might sound niche, right? But this tech, it really impacts health, safety, efficiency across sectors like food, pharma, beverages, things that touch billions of lives every day.
Hmm.
These machines ensure that cleanliness, that safety, they're sort of the unsung heroes of packaging.
Okay, unsung heroes. I like that. Let's start there. What's driving the demand? Why the surge for these machines now?
Well, the big one, the foundational driver, is really about tightening health and safety rules, especially in pharma and food. After certain scares, the standards just get tougher and tougher.
Makes sense. Public health scares.
Exactly. So pre-sterilized bottles, they're not just nice to have anymore. They're often mandatory. These machines, they're basically the gatekeepers. They eliminate contaminants, meet really strict hygiene benchmarks. It's not just cleaning, like you said. It's about absolute safety compliance, non-negotiable stuff.
Right. Safety is paramount. You can't compromise on that. But I'm thinking about the sheer scale, too. It's not just safety. It's also speed, right? Volume.
Precisely. Speed is just as critical. Think about it, a big bottling plant. They might be doing hundreds of thousands of bottles an hour.
Wow. Hundreds of thousands.
Yeah. Try and do that manually, forget it. Impossible. Logistically, economically, just no. So automation isn't just about going faster. It's the only way, really.
Yeah.
The only way to meet that global demand.
For everything from soda to, critical medicines.
Exactly. And these automated washers, they slot right into the production lines. They boost output. You need less direct labor. And critically, you get uniform cleanliness every bottle.
So it connects back. Efficiency and compliance.
It's a win-win, absolutely.
Okay, that covers the need for speed and automation. But what about, look at all the different bottles out there. Glass, plastic, weird shapes, tiny ones, huge ones. How do the machines handle that?
That's where modern systems really shine. Their versatility. Today's machines, they're engineered to be incredibly adaptable. They can handle glass, PET, HDPE.
All the main plastics.
Right. and pretty much regardless of the shape or size.
Yeah.
Within reason, of course, but the range is huge. And this flexibility is, well, it's a game changer for manufacturers
How so?
because they can pivot quickly, switch between different products, different bottle types, without needing a massive overhaul or reconfiguration each time.
Ah, so they can keep up with changing tastes or different product lines easily?
Exactly. It lets them stay agile, keep pace with consumer trends.
Okay, so these machines are clearly vital. Safety, speed, flexibility. But every market has its challenges. What are the main hurdles here? What makes it tough?
Well, the first big one, you can't ignore it, is cost. Both upfront capital and ongoing operational costs.
Okay, tell me more.
High-performance machines, especially the really advanced ones with sterilization or CIP systems clean in place,
CIP, right.
they require a significant investment, sophisticated engineering. And then there's the running costs, water, detergents, energy. They add up.
I bet.
And that can be a real barrier, especially for, say, smaller companies or startups. They might not have the capital or the predictable volume to justify it easily. So it raises that question for everyone, really. How do you balance that investment with, making it sustainable operationally?
Right. And you mentioned regulations driving demand. But those same strict rules must also be a challenge, yeah, especially in food and pharma.
Oh, absolutely. They add layers of complexity. The expectations for cleaning validation, they're incredibly rigorous.
Like how rigorous?
Think. Almost like a medical procedure, but for bottles.
Yeah.
Every cycle, parameter, temperature, time, chemical concentration, it all needs to be controlled, monitored, documented.
Yeah.
Exhaustively.
Wow.
Yeah. You need frequent CIP cycles, tons of paperwork, and staff who are really well trained to operate and maintain these systems correctly. It adds cost, complexity, and it can sometimes limit how quickly you can change over the line to a different product.
I can see that. Documentation alone sounds like a headache. And physical constraints. Do these things take up a lot of room?
They certainly can. Especially the high-capacity units. They need a good amount of floor space. But it's not just the footprint. It's the infrastructure around them.
Like what?
Robust utilities, you need proper drainage, powerful heating systems, sometimes specific ventilation, waste handling for the chemicals. If you're putting one into an older facility or one that wasn't designed for it, you're often looking at significant retrofitting. Plumbing, electrical, the works. It's a big project.
Okay, so definitely some significant hurdles. Cost, regulations, space. But innovation doesn't stop. The market's moving fast. What's next? What are the big trends shaping the future here?
One of the really impactful trends is integration. Seeing these washing systems combine more tightly with aseptic filling and sterilization technologies.
How does that work?
Well, you might have washers incorporating things like UV disinfection tunnels or using ozone in the water or having final sterile rinsing stages. These kind of hybrid systems are becoming pretty essential, especially as demand grows for shelf-stable products, things in aseptic packaging that don't need refrigeration.
Ah, okay, so the washing becomes part of a bigger sterile process.
Exactly. It pushes the boundaries of product safety, extends shelf life. It's quite fascinating, actually.
And I imagine technology, like smart tech, is playing a role. Sensors, data.
Absolutely. That's another huge area, the rise of smart monitoring and data capture. Modern machines are packed with sensors. They track everything in real time: rinse cycle duration, water temps, chemical levels.
So you know exactly what's happening inside.
Precisely. And that real-time data is gold. It improves traceability. You can prove every bottle was cleaned correctly. It enables predictive maintenance.
Fixing things before they break.
You got it. And it all fits perfectly with that whole Industry 4.0 concept. Interconnected, data-driven manufacturing. It's transforming factories.
Makes total sense for efficiency, for reliability. What about the green angle? Sustainability. Are these machines getting, more eco-friendly?
Yes, definitely. That's a major focus now. A growing emphasis on eco-efficiency, especially water saving.
How are they doing that?
Through innovations like really sophisticated water recirculation systems. You're not just dumping all the rinse water. Also things like rinse loop regeneration, more energy-efficient ways to heat the water. These green initiatives, they obviously help reduce the environmental footprint, which is crucial. But they also cut down those utility bills we talked about earlier.
So it's good for the planet in the bottom line.
Exactly. That's always a powerful motivator, especially with increasing pressure on industries everywhere to cut emissions, conserve resources.
So with all this innovation and these challenges, who are the main players? Who are the companies really shaping this market?
Well, it's quite a diverse market, actually, with global players. Yeah. But some of the really prominent names, the leaders you often see mentioned, include companies like Gibo Cermex, KHS GmbH, Krones, also Aquatech BM, Sharp Pharma Machinery.
Mm,
There are others too, of course. These companies tend to lead through, continuous innovation, forming strategic partnerships, expanding globally. It makes for a very dynamic, very competitive landscape.
okay, so let's bring it back. What does all this mean for you listening right now?
Well, we've seen these bottle washers aren't just, industrial dishwashers. They're really vital kind of unseen heroes. They're ensuring safety, driving incredible efficiency on production lines, and even pushing sustainability
Mm,
in sectors that, well, they touch all of our daily lives.
that's right. It might seem invisible, this industry, but it's such a critical link in the whole packaging value chain. And
Mhm.
it's constantly innovating, constantly adapting to meet these really complex global demands for perfect cleanliness and speed. So maybe next time you pick up a bottle, could be juice, could be water, could be important medicine just, maybe take half a second. Consider that unseen journey it took, the incredible precision, the innovation, the engineering that went into making sure it was perfectly clean just for you. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other unseen heroes of industry are out there quietly shaping our world every day?